Hi there, Karen Flaherty here, and this is your weekly Human Design Weather Report. I'm starting these this week, and I just wanted to start because it's the Gate 25, because it's my birthday, it's the start of spring, it's the really beginning of a new season, a new way of being for everybody when it comes to the Gate 25, because it's kind of a big one in the human design spectrum. 25 actually is right here on the chart, and it's directly across from the 46, which creates the incarnation cross for this week. And that's called the Vessel of Love, and it moves into the cross of healing. So it goes from the cross of the Vessel of Love to the cross of healing, and so it's all about love, the love of the spirit. 25 is the love of the spirit. It's the love of really, it's also about humanity. It's about helping other people. It's about, being kind and good and generous and all that stuff. Now, of course, that's a stretch for some of us. That's not always the way it is, but that's the as they say in the Gene Keys, the CD or the gift, right? That's the kind of the high level that we can be at. The low level, when it comes to the Gene Keys for the Gate 25, is actually constriction. And so you can see how the love of spirit could be either constricted and kind of held close in and not shared with other people. So in the Gene Keys, Richard Rudd calls the lowest level the shadow, right? So in the shadow, we're constricted. We're not sharing our love. We're not being generous with our love. We're not able to really push the love out. And actually, it makes it very hard to receive the love as well. So and it's very hard to be spiritual about any of that, really. Then the next level is the gift, and the gift is about acceptance. And acceptance is where we're able to have what we want, to receive what we want, and to give what we want, right? And to have that love of spirit that allows us to connect with source and to have that give and take. And then on the highest level, is called the city. It's really when we're working from our spirit itself. Really when the source is coming out of us, right? That we're all about the love of spirit. And that is what he calls universal love. And so in traditional human design, we call this gate the love of spirit, but it's really about universal love, the love of others, but also the love of ourselves. And so it's a very powerful gate. In fact, when it comes to the Gene Key 25 or the Gate 25, as Richard calls it, this is the gate of acceptance, also called the love of spirit. He had this beautiful graphic that I'm sharing with you here. He said, the flowering of love follows the burgeoning of acceptance. And that's another way to think about the love of spirit and the acceptance that goes with it, leading to universal love. So I thought that was a beautiful photo and just wanted to share that with you. It's certainly rings of spring, right? It certainly has the idea of spring there. Great way to get started on this journey for me and for hopefully for you too. So as the sun moves through the mandala, I'll be talking about the gates each week. And so this week is the gate of the 25, the love of spirit, and it started today on the 19th, and it goes through the 23rd. And then on the 24th, I'll talk about the next one. And so, but the other thing I wanted to let you know about is what's going on with the other transits that are in your life. So here's what it looked like this morning in the app that I have. So if you take a look at what the current transits were this morning, you'll see that there was, for the past few days, actually, the gate 35 was in the transits, and that connected to the 36, which made everybody a manifester, basically, because the throat was connected to a motor, the solar plexus. It helped everybody to feel, at least, like they had a voice, and it had them feel as if they were emotional. In addition to that, we've got the 19 and the 49 in actually for the past, I think it was 2 weeks, and at least for the next week going forward. So everybody's going to feel like they have the root center and as if they have the solar plexus. This is the 3536 is collective energy. So it's a little more erratic. The 1949 is tribal energy. So it's a little less emotional, shall we say, and perhaps more to do with relationships. But people are feeling emotional. And I think there's a lot around the anniversary, for example, of the lockdowns in the United States and the rest of the world around this time last year. There's a grief, what's going on with the people who are still dying. On the other hand, there's a lot of emotion, more of a relief emotion, if you will, for what's going on with the vaccines and the rollouts and how many people have already been vaccinated. So there's a lot going on, and there's a lot to be emotional about, to be honest, and there's a lot to be aware of with regard to these transits. But this is what's going on right now. One other thing I thought I'd mention as we're talking about these is a little bit of history or a little bit of talking about personality profiles. And just for example, this week with this incarnation cross, or the incarnation crosses of the cross of the vessel of love and the cross of healing, there are a few personalities who are who have these, who were born in these crosses that I thought I'd mention. So for one of those is Edgar Cayce, who is was a spiritual guide in the I think early 1900s, and he was born in the vessel of love. So it was Glenn Close and William Shatner, Elton John, Reese Witherspoon, and George Benson, and then also Bruce Willis and Steve McQueen. So some of them were born in the vessel of love, and some of them were born in the cross of healing, but basically all during this week in March. So so happy spring. And as we move into this new phase of the year, just remember that there are lots of opportunities to see both acceptance and healing and love in the air. And this is why really we think about each new spring, right? There's love in the air. And this is why. It's because of the Gate 25. It's because of the start of the spring season and all the fresh flowers and newness of the earth, and the fact that we're starting to grow again. So with that, have a great week, and I will see you next week on the Human Design Weather Report. Thank you. And just one other thing, I wanted to mention that I have a new course called The Transit Whisperer, and the information is in the box just below this video on YouTube or Facebook, and I look forward to sharing that with you. It's a course that allows you to see exactly what's going on with the transits in your own chart and understand them easily in less than an hour. It's only $47, so I hope you'll check it out. Take care. Thanks.